Hello there, everybody. My name's Stuart Ridout. I am the productivity coach, and welcome to this live session today on bringing your employee ideas to life, giving your employees a voice using the free Employee Ideas app in Teams. So, really excited for people to join today. Remember, if you've got any questions, just stick them in the stream. And we can answer them. And if you've got any ideas for things that you would like to do in future live and lunch and learn live sessions, then please also pop them into the comments, and then we can see what we can come up with for our future sessions. So we're really responsive to listening to what people would like to cover in these lunch and learn live sessions. So today I'm going to be looking specifically at using the Employee Ideas app, which is part of Dataverse for Teams, which is a power app that sits within Microsoft Teams. So Dataverse for Teams is quite new to a lot of people. It is included with your Office 365 licensing, and it's a great way to build really, really nice apps really quickly. But one of the great things about it is it comes with three what we call hero applications or templates right out of the box. So you can deploy these straight out with no work at all. It's really, really easy. You could be done in 10 minutes and set up collecting employee ideas across your organization. Just a few clicks and a little bit of configuration. And because it's all kept inside your Office 365 tenant, and Dataverse lives within your organization, there's no worries about kind of exposing data out to third parties or whether you're using any other solutions, etc. So if you are looking at having to do kind of data privacy assessments and things like that, then don't worry about it, because you don't need to with Dataverse for Teams. So I think the best thing to do is just to jump straight across to the app and just show you what it looks like. So this is the Employee Ideas app that we've got here, and we can see that it's actually inside a Contoso Ideas tab, Contoso Ideas team inside a channel. We've got a tab here for Employee Ideas. So it's really, so we can see that we've got different areas that we can collect information from. We can see weekly top ideas. We can see who our top contributors are. We can search those ideas. We can look for ones which are active right now, or ones that have expired, or ones that are coming up in the future. So if you have maybe a schedule of ideas collection, then you might have ones that are just around the corner. Just say to people, we're going to be collecting ideas on this soon, but not quite yet. So you can do all of these here, and it's really easy to get a campaign started, to kind of add it. And here, if we look down here, all of these different campaigns or idea categories, let's say that we've got here cafe food. It's always people always have an opinion on how we can give ideas on cafe food. So we can click here. We can see how long is left on that campaign. So we've got 49 days left for people to submit ideas. It's really easy for employees to submit an idea. So they can say, more microwaves. Everybody always wants more microwaves. So we need more microwaves for food from home. There we go. We can add images here. So we've got images on our device. So let's say we're going to just put this one here. Not sure why. And we can do things like say, what impact does it have? So it might have a high impact. How much effort would it be? And you can add files in and things like this. Now, all of this is the default configuration. So I haven't changed a single thing. And I will show you in a moment just how you can implement this. But this is completely default out of the box. So you would have this in just a few moments. And then what I really like about employee ideas is that you can actually then upvote them. So people can say, yes, we need more microwaves. So rather than lots of people submitting their own ones, then people can upvote them here. So really, really, really powerful and easy way to do that. And as we look at it, I can imagine lots and lots of different applications that people could use for this. So it could be, so this is obviously in an employee ideas context, but it could be that we say, well, actually, we're going to use this for feature requests. So if we have, if we're running our own software development within our organization, then we could say, well, actually, we're going to use this to collect feature requests from people and then allow people to upvote those, and this will guide us on our development path, kind of like an internal user voice almost, using Dataverse for Teams and the Employee Ideas app. Or another option for a way that you could use it is you could use it for lessons learned. So if you were running lots of projects or managing things that happen after incidents, etc., then instead of those lessons learned going into a spreadsheet that nobody ever sees again, why don't you have a category for each project, and then you would, and then people can just submit their lessons learned as an idea. And then that kind of gives visibility and traceability across your whole organization so that everybody can participate in that lessons learned process. And it stops those lessons learned being locked away in a spreadsheet. It makes it much more accessible for people. Okay, so let's just pop back to where we were at then. So here we go. Here we're at that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we can set this up from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my teams here. So mine's in this Contoso Ideas team. But if you don't have one, then let's say we're just going to stick it in. We'll just stick it in the main Contoso team here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Power Apps here. There we go. And then all I need to do, so you can see here ones that I've got already. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to pick one of these hero ones. So Employee Ideas. I'm going to click that and say Add to a Team. Okay, I'm going to just add that into the Contoso channel there and set up a tab. Okay, and then just in a moment, just as it goes through and does the provisioning, there we go. And just I'm going to add that app into my channel, and I'm going to do that. Now it'll only just take a moment for that to come through into there. So as I say, there are a couple of other hero apps or app templates which are available to us. So there is the Employee Ideas one, which is the one we've got here. There is an inspection app. So again, the sample data that comes out has got in it for like a retail context, as if somebody was doing a store walk at the start of the day. But actually think about, you could use this in lots of different ways. You could use it for audits or building checks, or if you were doing a handover for maybe like equipment. So like if you had pool cars, for instance, within your organization, then you could say, well, actually, as part of that pool car handover rather, sorry, then we can have to do this check, and we have to use the inspection app to do that so that everybody is happy that it all works correctly. So lots and lots of different ways to do that. So let me just check on my team and see how it's getting on. So it will just take a moment just to install. So I tell you what, let's go back and we'll go to this. Let's go here to our team. And let's see how that's getting on. There we go. So if I click on Employee Ideas, it may just still be doing the installation here. Okay. So just while we're letting that. So as I say, it does take a few minutes. Let's just go here. And the great thing about it being a Dataverse for Teams app or a Power app is that you can go back and change it. So if it doesn't quite work for you, then you can go and change it, make it work, tweak it, change the screens, change the titles, all of those things. So as I say, we've got Employee Ideas, we've got the inspection app, and then we've also got an issue reporting app. And the other thing that I really love about Dataverse for Teams apps is that they are responsive as well. So it works for you if you're on a mobile phone, but it also works for you if you're on the desktop. So you get the best of both worlds there to be able to do this. Now, I'm still trying to pad for time here because it is just taking a moment for it to install. So, and then one of the other things that's great about it is when somebody puts an idea in, it actually posts through that idea into a channel. There we go. Right. Okay. It looks like my app has just installed successfully. So let's just switch back to that. There we go. So the other thing about when you set these up is you can start them off. You can go and do something else in Teams, and then when you come back, it'll have just pinged in your activity feed to tell you that that's happening. So there we go. So I'm going to allow and just give permissions here so that it can do that, and it will just take a moment as we're setting this up for the first time. So it asks you which channel you're going to put messages to, just to tell people that ideas have happened. So I'm going to pop mine straight into that general one because I don't have any other ones. And again, it's just telling you here, this is built with the Power Platform, so we can change it, we can make it work for us, etc. So I've got that there. Okay, so I'm just going to maximize that out. So you can see here, so this is exactly what I showed you earlier. It is the out-of-the-box experience for setting this up here. So what I want to do is actually start to configure out to make it work for myself. So there's some headline app settings here that we can get to. So if I hit the cog here, we can change the channel where those messages get posted. So if you want to post them somewhere else, then you can do that there. But we can also restrict the creation of the campaigns to team owners. So that's a great way to say, actually, we're going to have a small group of team owners who are going to own the ideas initiative, and they are going to set up what the campaigns are, and then anybody can submit those. If you have this switched off, then anybody can start a campaign. So again, if you really want to democratize the collection of ideas, then if you leave that off, then anyone can create their own campaign. So not a lot of settings, but just important ones nevertheless. So I'm actually going to add a new campaign because I want to know about how we can improve the project management process within my organization. So I'm going to give it a name here. So project management process. Okay, how can we improve the project management process at Contoso? There it is. Perfect. And so here we can say how long do we want that campaign to run. So it's quite nice where you've got a fixed period where you say, right, okay, we're going to collect ideas from people from a 3-week period or whatever. So I can say I can run it from today through till February the 12th, or I can set it in the future. So I could say, well, actually, let's just start that on February the 1st straight through to another point in the future. So let's say for the month of February, we're going to collect ideas on how we can improve the project management process. But we're not going to do that, so let's just pop that back. Let's put it as the 28th, so it started yesterday. And then what do we want the cover image to look like? So on that front page, there were lots of tiles that showed different types of campaigns. So we can just click on plus. We can upload our own. If we've got our own images, we can do that. But alternatively, there are a number of stock images that you could pick. So let's just have this one here of people sitting around a desk. So how can we improve the project management process at Contoso? We've said what that date is going to be. And then we've pre-filled these with these questions, which are the ones that I showed you earlier. So what impact will it have? And rating it from low to high, and how much effort will it take your idea to implement? Okay, so we can change the order of these. So if we want that to be lower down, or we want that to be lower down, we can do that. We can add our own questions as well. So just hit the add question button. There we go. Oops, I did it twice. There we go. Let me just hide my own camera because I'm just in the way there. That's it. Okay. So here we've got our new question. So again, we can set that as a rating. So what is the cost to implement? Okay, and we could say low to high, or we could say free to high, something along those lines. You can set what that top and bottom boundary is. Okay, and here this is a rating question, but I could say I could add another question here, and this one could be a text question. So this one I could say, who would be the main sponsor of this idea? There we go. And we can do that. So once we're happy with all of that, that information and our images, etc., then we can just click Add Campaign. And then this will add this onto our main campaign list. So if I return to the campaign list, then we can see that now here as our project management process. So if somebody then wanted to go in and submit an idea, they can. Or if we just go back to the front page, there we go, we can see that our tile has now been added here onto our front page. So if we then switch context to be of a normal user, we could click in here and I could say, right, I want to submit an idea. So let's say that I wanted to have a centralized project management register. There we go. Okay, so it would have high impact. Let's say what the description is. Instead of paper records, have a publicized list in Teams so we can check for similar projects and lessons learned. There we go. So how much impact will it have? Really high impact. It would be low effort. It wouldn't cost us anything because it's just a SharePoint list. And this might be, let's say, head of PMO would be the main sponsor for that idea. Now, again, if I had any files or anything that I wanted to share, I could just upload them here. Okay, and if I had an image that I wanted to use to represent that, then I could do that. But I'm going to just do this one here, just because it's any image. Okay, and I'm going to submit that there. And then that will submit that into that campaign. So then now straight away, everybody is able to see that idea. And then other people could then come up and they could just thumbs up that. Again, they can sort it by the newest ones, the oldest ones, or the top voted ones. And what we will start to see is that as more votes come in for that, then it would appear on the weekly top ideas. So it makes it really, really easy for people to be able to do that. And as I say, so if we had lots and lots of campaigns here and we just wanted to filter that down, people can search this. So if I just said, I saw one about project, then I can search that. And again, it just filters straight away. Now, just bear in mind, I haven't done any building work for this at all. I've only configured it just using what is available in Dataverse for Teams. So we are 18 minutes into this webinar, and actually we already now have an employee ideas app that's set up for all of our people to use. Really, really easy, really quick, and it didn't take any technical skills either. So if that's something you're interested in, then please go and have a go and then tell me how you got on. If you think that somebody else within your organization might be interested in this video, then please share it with them so that they can see that. But other than that, you know, let's go and have a play and let's think about how we can use this employee ideas app in different contexts. So as I say, it could be lessons learned. It could be instead of doing something like user voice for taking feature requests for software, etc. Loads and loads of different applications for how we can use this. But so hopefully you'll find this useful. Please subscribe to the channel. I do tips on Tuesdays, which are publicized here on YouTube and onto my LinkedIn page. And then we do Lunch and Learn live on Fridays at 12:30 GMT, which is the session you're in right now. So if you do have any kind of requests for things that you want to either cover in tips on Tuesdays or on the Lunch and Learn lives, then please either send me a message. You can do that on Twitter at Stuart Ridout, or pop it in as a comment on the video, or just send me a LinkedIn message. And hopefully then we can help you to make the most out of Microsoft Teams and kind of all of Office 365 all together. So hopefully you found that useful. Thank you very much and have a great weekend. Thank you.